In my last post, Vacation Travel Preparation, I mentioned if you are traveling overseas, you should check out the U.S. State Department's website. It has a lot of useful information on tips regarding international travel. It's so useful that I thought I would quickly navigate you through some of my favorite features. So if you go to the U.S. Department of State website, click on Travel, and what that'll actually do is it takes you to a separate website, travel.state.gov, so you can get there either way. But one of the first things you think about when going overseas is getting a passport. And so what this website does is it breaks down all the information that you need to know regarding how to get one, how to apply for one, how to renew one, and so on. Now what I like is I go over here to international travel and I click on that, and it gives me a lot more information when it comes to looking at different countries. And one of the first things that I would recommend when you're getting ready to go overseas is look at the country-specific information, the travel warnings, and the travel alerts. First, I will look at the travel warnings, and what this is that these are long-term warnings. Basically, what it's saying is that these countries that are listed, if you visit them and there's an emergency, the U.S. would probably have a hard time helping you out for whatever reasons, whether the relationships are strained between our two countries or whatnot. But at any rate, it's just that there's difficulty for the U.S. to help you out in emergencies. So I would look at this and determine if you still want to go to these countries to visit. Then what I would do is I would look at the travel alerts. Now these are more current short-term alerts. For example, right now it's May 2010 and there's a lot of unrest and violence going on in Jamaica, so the U.S. is discouraging any travel to that location right now. So again, I would just for your own safety check out those two things first. And then when you decide that, okay, there is a country that is safe and that I can go to, let's check out some of the more specific country information. And you know what's so neat about this is that you can pick out whatever country you're going to, and it'll give you a basic country description, talk about the different entry requirements, and it even gives you a breakdown on the crime in that country. You know, a lot of times when we think about going on an exotic vacation, we don't think about the criminal, terrorist, or the health threats there. And so when you go to this website, it helps to break all that stuff down for you to give you a better idea of what you're getting into. And then the last thing that I would do is go back over to the tab section over here and hit Tips for Traveling Abroad. This gives you a lot of great information on how to prepare for a trip overseas. Things on, what vaccinations you may want to have. It gives you a direct link to the CDC. It talks about different emergency contact information and plans for that. It talks about different health information, maybe different medications that you can or cannot bring into a country. So this is excellent for helping you plan a trip overseas. So whether you are planning a trip in the future or you've got friends and family that are getting ready to go overseas, I would highly encourage you or them to check out this website and gather some of that information so they can make a more informed decision on a trip overseas and be better prepared. So, I'm all about one-stop shopping, and this website does that for you when it comes to international travel. So for more tips, visit us at getsimplifies.com. Thanks for joining me.